Welcome, everyone. Happy Monday. I'm the Grace Strega, and I'm here to give you your daily collective read for today, Monday, October 6th, 2025, full moon day. What do we have coming through in the cards for today? Can I please have the first two cards in our 5 card spread? First two cards, we are starting. Yeah, it makes perfect sense. We are starting our day off with today are the seven the 7 of Pentacles in its reversal in combination with the Death card in its upright. It's giving me, it's like how do I describe this? This is giving me it's funny because I'm getting the best way I can describe this energy right now is a tailspin. And the thing about a tailspin is I keep on seeing, and it's funny too, and I need to I need to stress this. There's been a word that has been moving through like a lot of a lot of the collective right now. I've been hearing it in everybody else's readings, and it's crash out. And I feel like, and I keep on hearing the solution to a crash out is a tailspin, which is not the space that you energetically crash out. It's a space by which you turn. It's a space by which you turn very, very fast in the space by which you're able to kind of like identify and recognize what it is that you're trying to do effectively. And I feel like there's something really important about that in relationality to our own sense of self, right? It's the identification or the adaptability that we're able to bring into things. And here's the thing about it too. This is also, and remember when I said that it would be like very, very, like the silliest thing we do in relationality to things is assume. Remember I was saying, like, even during like the eclipse process, making sure that we don't allow our effective assumptions to cloud our perspectives to a certain extent. There's a lot. We were talking a lot about this as well in relationality to, and we were talking about this a lot last week as well. Like, and this is going to come up a lot for particularly and especially for a lot of these new relationships that are occurring, because it's the space by which we're able to bring a healthy sense of cynicism to things that allows the ability of something to be done in a more effective way, right? And why were we talking about healthy cynicism? Because healthy cynicism is the space by which, and again, we're gonna have a lot of these conversations right now with Uranus and Gemini. We're gonna talk about the similarity of things and working through nuance. Cynicism is the assumption that nothing ever changes, that nothing can ever change. It's just the way things go. Healthy cynicism is having hope, right? Having energetic hope in relationality to something changing, but not allowing one's hope to cloud one's own sense of perspective. We talk a lot about this in relationality to manifestation goals. It's the ability or the identification point by which we work to energetically refine something, by which we work to do something in a better fashion. It requires, I keep on hearing it requires a lot of that space in terms of doing something effectively. And this is why we also talk about the fact that when you're working towards manifestation, understand and recognize that you have to be in the space by which you're allowing yourself the context of being able to be energetically changed, and that's what we talk about a lot with the Death card. We talked a lot about it in my tarot class on it, which you can find over on my stack. The Death card is not a card of energetic death. It's a card of transformation. It's the identification point of understanding and recognizing what it is that we're trying to do. And in the context of an understanding, even in the healthy spiritual journey, right? The context by which we're always trying to learn and do something in a greater capacity. There's, and I keep on seeing, it's like the arrival point as it relates to coming into that point of energetic understanding. But the thing about it, I'm going to tell you right now, like, this is the hard part that we often see with 7 of Pentacles energy in its reversal, right? Because 7 of Pentacles energy in its reversal with Death card energy talks a lot about, and I keep on seeing, the transformation that one is able to facilitate that feels most productive or what feels most helpful versus what one is working to let go of or what one is working to amend. This was coming through a lot last week in the space of talking towards reframing and refraining, right? But and what's interesting is even in the space by which we understand the Aries full moon that kind of comes into this, we talk about the space that refraining is also the understanding of reintegrating, right? The space by which we understand that when we're working on doing something better, we're at the same time integrating new ways of doing something effectively. So that's what we're effectively seeing that's happening right now, and it's having a different impact depending on where one finds oneself on the frequency cycles. I'm taking a very, very deep breath right now because every time I go to read into the energy and separation, there's a lot happening there. So I'm literally thank you for the gift. I'm literally like girding my loins so that I can start to read into this energy and separation right now. Okay, so just bear with me. One card to clarify, please. Center card for today's spread. Yeah, nine of Pentacles. Nine of Pentacles in its reversal. Nine of Pentacles in its reversal. So I'm sorry I'm laughing so hard because the space by which the way I keep on hearing the way things get better is by identifying room for improvement is what I keep on hearing, right? The way things get better is by identifying room for improvement. It's the ability to understand and recognize and energetically accommodate and adapt in relationality to the work of the self. Now, for the energy and separation, here we go again. I've got 3 different tiers that are currently happening in terms of what's happening in separation. And I'm not surprised to see this because it's just further confirmation that the energy and separation right now is going through moon lessons. And moon lessons often we're going to talk about this in the moon class, the tarot moon class that I'm teaching on October 15th. There's a lot of nuance, right? It's understanding and it's working through the value and the significance of nuance. Now, the 3 different modalities that I'm effectively seeing in separation right now have to do, I do keep on seeing that there is healing that is occurring in some of these modalities. There is energetic healing that's occurring. But I keep on hearing, and what's beautiful about that healing is that I kept on saying these are conversations. These are healing conversations in the context of another person talking about how much they have changed. And what's beautiful about and you see how even when I started to talk about this, my throat chakra started closing up. The space by which another person feels energetically choked up. Effectively feels choked up in terms of having to talk to another person about how much they have changed. And this is why I keep on hearing that these are true apologies, because true apologies aren't effectively given for the sake of trying to change something, right? I keep on hearing that's what's so profound about these conversations. These are the energies that are almost conversing with one another to say, I feel I owe this to you. I'm giving this to you not for any other reason beyond the fact that I feel like it is something that will energetically serve you going forward. And that's why I keep on seeing that for a lot of those energies, this could be bringing up a lot of feelings. There could be a lot of emotionality that's coming through in these spaces. But I also see, and that's what I kept on saying, that these could be the spaces of friendships that are happening right now. Because it is, I keep on hearing, it's new seeds. It's new seeds in the ground. It's fresh start type of energy. At the same time, and this is why it feels so energetically complicated right now. I told you, we're going through moon relationships. I also see sealed separations that are occurring. And why am I seeing sealed separations that are occurring? I'm seeing sealed separations are occurring in the experience or in the modality of being able to recognize and identify the difference, right? I'm just the nuance between the transformational energy, right? The conversation of another person's energetic transformation versus someone trying to come back to check if another person still feels a certain way. There's no healing in checking, right? Because the observation, right? The observation, especially and particularly if these were relationships that separated at a time over a conversation about manifestation goals, and energy was trying to move forward in a productive fashion, not necessarily waiting upon something, but still holding the energetic hope of another person wanting to come into alignment with their manifestation goals. When another person comes back, and instead of saying that they're energetically ready, they're almost like checking to see if another person still feels the way that they do. This is why I keep on seeing that those are the energies that are coming into the sealed separation, because it feels, it almost like it's the energy that recognizes the disparity in someone that sees, and it's conversation too and relationality to the fact that our job is not to let go of our triggers if they're in healthy places. We heal ourselves by understanding that our job is to remove triggers that are in weird places as a result of trauma, not getting rid of all triggers, because we are triggered in spaces where our standards are held. So we see that for a lot of the energy doing that work, it's building into the space of feeling energetically fortified, but also potentially there's a lot of emotions potentially coming up in those situations, right? Now, for the new relationships, this is why I see, like, I keep on getting, there's delicacy here. I keep on hearing it's delicate, not fragile, because you have to understand, and I keep on hearing, like, that's the hard part about it, is they're both in a space where they have hesitancy in opening up to one another. They've got hesitancy in opening up to one another because they've been energetically hurt before by energy that articulated their desire for something, but then was not able to move in accordance to it. Like, there's a lot of that energy that I keep on seeing. It's like I keep on hearing, like, they're being delicate with one another because they've been hurt before, and that the hesitancy of that, I keep on seeing, it's like it's a lot of I keep on seeing, like, it's how do I describe it best? It's potentially even the energy apologizing for their hesitancy is what I keep on getting. I keep on hearing, it's like it's almost the energy that is articulating and talking to each other a lot about history. Right? And I keep on hearing, and it's interesting, is I keep on hearing it's like the new relationship that feels more like a history lesson, because this is the energy that's almost saying to one another, before we can go forwards, I need to go backwards. Before we go forwards, we must go backwards, because it's the energy that's trying to see if the space by which they're coming to understand with one another feels like it's in energetic accordance to what it is that they have known before. This brings us to our fourth and fifth cards in our 5-card spread for today. We've got here the 10 of Cups in its upright in combination with our Knight of Pentacles in its upright. So let's talk a little bit about this energy right now. So now we're going to get to the energy that those temperance relationships. Those temperance relationships, the way I'm effectively seeing this right now is there's a lot of energetic protectiveness. There's a lot of there's a lot of feelings. Remember how I articulated the fact that for a lot of those relationships right now, they're going through a solar plexus opening, right? And the reason we were seeing that solar plexus opening that was happening last week has to do with being able to articulate to another person the full enormity of something that they're in the process of healing from, right? And I keep on hearing, like, this is the same continuation of what I was reading before. It's not the fact that the energy was not articulating to each other about the energetic history of something, but I keep on hearing that the space by which they were coming to know one another, they were trying to spare each other the painful details of it. They didn't want to be informed. I keep on hearing, they didn't want to be energetically seen in that way. I keep on hearing they didn't want to be seen in the context of something that had hurt them before. So that's why I keep on seeing that for a lot of that energy, like working through that amplification, like that's what I mean about those temperance relationships feeling very, very like I keep on hearing, it's like it's them working through their own emotional resistance point to a certain extent, because I keep on seeing like that resistance point is the feeling of experiencing the energetic wound that another person went through, right? Like observing that and feeling it within the self. And then almost like I keep on seeing like giving each other, like I keep on hearing like saying to one another, I'm okay. I keep on hearing integrating is going I almost hear them going like integrating, like they're energetically integrating and absorbing like the magnitude of some kind of energetic trauma that another person experienced. So it's a lot of that. It's a lot of that. And I keep on seeing like it's the energy that's I keep on hearing like they're talking to each other about their big feelings. Now, continuing to get clarification for the energy that's deep within divine union right now. These are, again, for the purposes of our readings, we always read to the last energy that moved deeper into divine union. And that was effectively the magician partnerships that were occurring between the solstice period up until the time of Mercury and Venus stationing direct behind Neptune. Clarification between our Seven of Pentacles in its reversal in combination with the Death card. We've got here the Five of Wands. The Five of Wands in its upright. There's going to be a lot of five energy. Hold on a minute. So let me like, and so I gotta describe this again. So the difficulty point that we are effectively identifying or recognizing in relationality to the energy that's moving deep into divine union right now, it is working. I keep on telling you, like they're going through very, very ironic lessons. And why are they effectively going through ironic lessons? They're going through ironic lessons because they're moving. I keep on seeing they've never before they've been in relationship before, but never before have they centered the way that they've energetically centered in partnership right now. And they're seeing it's like they're seeing everything through new eyes, right? They're seeing everything with a different sense of clarity. And a lot of that, and I keep on seeing, it's working through the frustration of potentially seeing something that is distorted outside of partnership. And I keep on hearing the same message that's occurring right now for the energy that's moving deeper into divine union, which is healthy energy desires to see us steadfast, right? The observation of understanding and recognizing and feeling energetic stability and solidarity in partnership. I keep on hearing the energy that's effectively articulating that to one another as they see, right? As they see energetic distortions outside of partnership, which is the space by which, again, the difference between experiencing something that feels like a celebration and another person, like not experiencing it like that, right? And so I keep on seeing that for a lot of the energy, it's hard because it's making them reassess something that happened in the past in the context of a present distortion. So I keep on seeing it's volatile, but I keep on hearing it's cathartic and volatile because it's the energy that's like, hate to see it, have to reassess, right? So we've got the energy coming into divine union, going integrating, and the energy that's deep within divine union reassessing. Now this continuing forward, clarification between our Death card in combination with the Nine of Pentacles in its reversal. One card to clarify, please. We've got here the Six of Swords in its upright. So what are we effectively seeing with that Six of Swords in its upright? I keep on identifying the Six of Swords in its upright effectively speaks to us of, and this is getting back into the energy that's in separation. The Six of Swords that is in its upright speaks to us effectively in relationality to working through the context of the past, right? And the thing about it that we're effectively identifying or working through has to do with, and I want to describe this, you know, a retrograde like the season, like the one we're going through right now, it can create a lot of, frustration or emotions coming back up from the past. You also have to recognize right now that we've got, I'm just going to keep on talking about this because this is going to happen in a few days, and it's going to make things feel even more frustrating. You know, the context by which like throughout this year, Saturn has been dipping back and forth in Pisces to Aries, in Pisces to Aries, in Pisces to Aries. And now Neptune, given the fact that it's in a retrograde, is also going to be moving back into Pisces. So it can talk a lot about like working through the emotions that we hold on to in relationality to the past, right? The way that we effectively resolve, right? We resolve the emotions from the past by having a sense of purpose in the present. Like that's how we effectively do that, right? Like that, and again, but when we don't have, right? When we don't have an energetic sense of purpose, we can often feel like we're lost in the past, right? So I'm going to kind of like articulate that right now for anybody. And I just wrote a whole article. I wrote a whole article about it. I wrote a whole article about it last night. If you're feeling energetically adrift in this energy right now, I want you to ground yourself by building into helping yourself identify and recognize what that sense of purpose is, right? Because when we understand our sense of purpose, it allows us the space by which we're able to see things more clearly. So there's a lot of that work that we're effectively identifying in, and I feel like that is the space. And I keep on hearing like, you know, a lot of that work that we're effectively articulating upon right now has to do, I keep on seeing like has to do with the space by which another person, and I want to describe this, and this is where I get into those 3 tiers I'm seeing for the energy right now in separation. The space by which I articulated that there is some energy of restoration here. This is why I keep on hearing, I feel like this is the start of some kind of friendship energy. Because why are we effectively seeing some energetic friendship energy here? Because I keep on hearing the observation of the ability to effectively give another person the gift of talking to them about how much they have transformed in the context of experience with another. I keep on seeing that these are the energies that are not effectively coming towards each other with the desire to effectively change things, but almost out of a space of deep energetic respect for one another. So there's something very restorative there, and I keep on hearing it feels like it is energetically nourishing. The sealed separations feel more, and that's what I mean. This is why there's so many complications right now. The energetically sealed separations are effectively feeling sealed with the lack of that, right? The inability of another energetic space by which one is transforming is the articulation of, again, and this is what is interesting, because and this is where we're going to start to see the energy connecting to some of the energy deep within divine union, right? I keep on hearing that there's some of these sealed separations, which is someone saying like hate to see it, which is the observation that, again, they're not in the context by which they don't think something could change, but they're seeing the space that it's not within their own power to bring that change about. We can't control, I keep on hearing, we can't control each other's manifestation goals. We can just recognize and identify if we feel that we're moving in the same energetic direction. And that's why I keep on seeing that for a lot of those situations with energy and separation, like working through that frustration, like, and I keep on hearing it's like having to, it's like I feel like that, I keep on hearing like I keep on hearing it's not healthy, it's deja vu. Like that's the thing that they keep on saying in separation that's articulating the sealed separations. It's not healthy, it's deja vu, which means it feels very much like something that is energetically familiar, but it's not the space by which it's changed. And the observation of the lack of change is what is reaffirming their own energetic towards their healing journey, right? So it's frustrating, but it's fortifying. It's, you know, it's a lot of that. Now, for the energy that is building into relationship right now, this is why the energy feels so frustrated. Because I keep on seeing that for a lot of these relationships, I keep on hearing it's like eerie alignment. It feels so similar. And I keep on seeing it feels so similar. Like it almost feels so right that the energy is working through the anxiety. I keep on hearing like working through the anxiety point of working towards their manifestation goal, right? It's like identifying and articulating that. It's like a lot of that energy I keep on seeing. It's like the energy that has to work through the anxiety of past experience because, and I keep on seeing this, there's something important that's happening for some of that energy and separation, which is I keep on seeing they're healing from, I keep wondering they're healing from another person, like going through an energetic like space by which I keep on seeing, and this is what we talk about doing our shadow work effectively. Like when we're building into healthy spaces, we work towards something, and then we find the energetic courage to move forward in that modality, right? Like you have to, like, again, whenever you're working towards a manifestation goal, it requires you to have to push past your comfort zone to a certain extent. And that's why I keep on seeing that for a lot of the relationships right now, this is what I mean about that energy and separation. They're recovering from another person's lack of courage, is what I keep on seeing, right? Because that's often what feels like it happens when we're moving towards a manifestation goal, and then another person runs back into the past version of self, or moves in the oppositional direction. So that's why I keep on seeing that is the energy that is, I keep on hearing they're leading with each other by getting to know each other's history, right? They're trying to understand deeper their own energetic experiences to feel secure, to be able to feel the fact that I keep on hearing that the fact that they're energetically courageous in partnership. I keep on hearing it's not just the fact that you have to effectively desire a relationship, you have to be courageous in order to maintain one. You have to be able to understand and recognize what that work is. Now, continuing to get clarification between our Nine of Pentacles in its reversal in combination with our Ten of Cups in its upright. We've got here the Four of Wands in its upright. So I like to see this for the energy for these temperance relationships. Remembering that when we're articulating on temperance relationships right now, we're speaking specifically about the relationships that came together between the time of that came together specifically between the time of the Uranus stationing retrograde up until the time of the solstice period over the summer. I keep on just hearing the same thing. They're integrating into something that another person has told them more about. And I keep on seeing that it's beautiful, because I almost hear this energy talking to one another and saying, like, I've never told anyone that before. I've never energetically shared that, right? Like I keep on hearing it wasn't the fact that they weren't being honest with one another. They were trying to spare each other painful details about something, right? There's a lot of that. And that's why I keep on hearing it feels like very protective, and it feels like an energetic embrace, because I keep on seeing that the protectiveness and the energetic embrace is the articulation that they're having to one another as it relates to, I keep on saying, like, as it relates to how far they've energetically come, right? Like, it's almost like I keep on hearing, like, the energy that's looking at each other and recognizing and seeing how energetically courageous they are. Right. And I almost see like that's the like I can see the energy, like I can see the energy. I feel like the energy is like it's going like this, because the energy is like I didn't know it was that bad, and I respect you all the more for it. Right. It's like understanding the energetic intensity of something. Continuing to get clarification for these magician relationships, clarification between our Ten of Cups in combination with our Knight of Pentacles. We've got here the Five of Cups in its upright. You know, here's the thing, man. I'm sorry, and I want you to notice, you probably notice every time I go to read into the energy that's deep within divine union right now, I just start laughing. And the reason I start laughing is because the energy, I keep hearing, they're laughing out of frustration because they know exactly what's happening outside a partnership. They know exactly what's happening. I keep hearing, the problem is not about diagnosing the issue. The problem is that when I keep on hearing, it's not the fact that they can't diagnose the issue, it's the observation of the fact that they can't do anything to help another person through something, is what I keep on seeing, right? And I keep on seeing, like, the thing that I keep on seeing that's hard there is I just keep on hearing the same message coming through, which is if we are feeling energetically steadfast and we're moving towards the best thing that feels like it's happened to us, and energy around us gets deep in their feels about it, instead of energetically celebrating it, it changes our perception of the past in profound ways, right? It hurts the eyes to see it, right? I keep on hearing it hurts to see it. And so that's why I keep on hearing, like, the energy that's deep within divine union, like I keep on hearing they're trying to ease out of something, like they're trying not to make a big deal of it, but it's like I keep on seeing it hurts to see it. Like, that's the thing about it. It's bringing up a lot of feelings, because when I keep on hearing it hurts to see it, it's not the fact that they're seeing something in the present that hurts them. It's that it's readjusting their lens in relationality to what was happening in the past. Continuing to get clarification between our 5 of Wands in combination with our 6 of Swords and its upright. We've got here the Hanged Man in its reversal. Whew, underneath the Death card. Woo. All right. So let's talk a little bit about that energy here. So this is coming back into the energy and separation. I keep on seeing the identification point that we are effectively observing for the energy that is in separation is, and I'm trying to articulate, like, the thing about this, and again, this is going to come back into the fact that, and I just wrote about this in that article, about how Aries full moons help us to feel energetically reaffirmed in relationality to our sense of purpose. The observation of being able to do something with a sense of purpose, the ability to feel that sense of energetic commitment towards things. I keep on hearing that for a lot of the energy doing that work, and this is the positive space that I'm seeing for a lot of that energy in separation, is I keep on hearing, like, the space by which we find our purpose is the space by which, I keep on hearing, even if we can't see it in front of us, we know what direction it is what I keep on hearing. The purpose that becomes a compass point, the purpose that allows us to be able to identify what it is that we're pushing through versus what it is that we're moving away from. And that's why I keep on hearing that for a lot of this energy, that's why I keep on seeing, like, the unification point of the 3 tiers right now of the energy that is in separation is the energy that feels like they're holding on to their sense of purpose with like and I keep on hearing, like, they're holding on to their sense of purpose for dear life. But the reason I keep on hearing they're holding on to their sense of purpose for dear life is because I keep on hearing, and this is why I keep on hearing this, because there's potentially, for some of these energies in separation, someone coming back from the past during this time, right? But not in the way that one would aspire or desire them to, is what I keep on hearing, right? Not this space, like, not this space by which something feels like it is energetically like transformative, but almost the space by which it feels like another person is more in a space of confound, like the confusion point. I keep on seeing that this is the energy that is building upon that clarification that allows the context by which they're able to do something more effectively. And simultaneously, And similarly, for the energy that is going through that cathartic point of healing, right? The energy that is effectively able to work through something, as it were, and to find that pathwork of energetic restoration. Everything I keep on seeing that is occurring in those modalities, everything I keep on, like, I feel like I keep on hearing like it's the space by which another feels energetically stabilized. And I feel like that is the space that, like, that is the gift of this type of Aries moon energy. It's being able to recognize what that feeling of stability is. Now, for the energy, and the hardest for the energy right now in separation is the new energy that's doing so. Because I keep on hearing that for a lot of those new relationships, it is the identification. I keep hearing it's the identification point of being able to identify. Like, I keep on seeing like the identification point in terms of not just articulating upon something, but then being able to feel energetically stable in relationality to being able to speak upon something, right? So there's a lot of like, and every time I read for it here, you'll notice like I get a little bit choked up because it's the energy that I keep on hearing. They're asking each other questions in the best way possible, because I keep on hearing the questions fortify the manifestation goal, right? They give clarity to it. They help each other see one another with better clarity. Now, continuing to get clarification between our Six of Swords in combination with our Four of Wands and its upright, we've got here the 9. Ooh, we've got double 9s today. So we've got the 9 of Cups in its reversal. So what are we seeing there with the 9 of Cups in its reversal? The 9 of Cups in its reversal effectively speaks to us. And this is what I meant. This is all like, this is that solar plexus opening that we were effectively articulating about in relationality to those temperance partnerships that are moving deeper into divine union right now. Because for a lot of these relationships, I just keep on seeing that they've like unlocked a lot of feelings. They've unlocked a lot of feelings about one another, and potentially even a lot of protectiveness. Because I keep on seeing like the space by which another person shares something to another, and seeing someone get emotional about it, right? Seeing someone get caught in their feels about it, but for good reason, right? Almost being able to acknowledge and identify that. I keep on seeing that is the energy. That is the energy that effectively looks upon one another and says, like, I feel like they're almost like they're checking they're checking on each other and being like, are you okay? And I see the energy being like, yes, I'm just integrating, right? Which is like working. And I keep on hearing it's like the energy that's upset, but I keep on hearing it's like they're not even upset at one another. They're upset about the fact that another had to go through that. Now, continuing to get clarity between our Four of Wands in combination with our Five of Cups in its upright. This is the energy deep within divine union. The energy deep within divine union is saying to each other that they have a right to be upset. You know, the reason that they're saying that they have a right to be upset is because I keep on seeing that it's almost like, I almost feel like I keep on seeing like the energy deep within divine union is going through the process of seeing someone with unresolved feelings outside of partnership. And I keep on seeing that when we observe the space by which another person holds unresolved feelings, it's the space by which we understand that we cannot resolve others' feelings for them, right? This is what we talk about with healthy healing. Our job is to support each other as we work to resolve our feelings. Our job is not to cater to each other's unresolved feelings. And so that's the conversation that I effectively hear is happening right now for the energy deep within divine union. The observation of the difference between support and catering, which is the ability to say to another person, like, are you okay? Can I support you through that? Versus the space of being able to do something for another person, right? That's the hard part. That's the difficulty. And that's why I keep on seeing, like, this is what's so difficult for some of those energies that are moving deeper into divine union, because it's almost the energy that I told you, they're almost seeing something outside of partnership that they recognize would almost only, the only way to effectively resolve it would be to move out of partnership. And that's the energy that says they're not going to do that, because that's a space that says healthy energy wants to see us steadfast. So it's a lot of, I keep on seeing, it's a lot of the energy, like working through the unfairness of situations and circumstances with those types of dynamics at play. Continuing to get clarification between our hangman in its reversal in combination with our Nine of Cups in its reversal. Can I get one card to clarify, please? Clarification coming through right now with our Temperance card in its reversal. So let's talk a little bit about this Temperance card in its reversal that we're effectively seeing, because you know, the thing that we're identifying in relationality to the Temperance card in its reversal has a lot to do, I keep on seeing the energy with the Temperance card in its reversal. And we're coming back into the energy in separation. You know, and this is actually like one of the positives that we can sometimes find when it comes to Aries energy, right? Because Aries energy comes here, like every sign, I like to describe every sign here, every sign has a certain gift that they're given, right? Every sign has a bit of a gift that they arrive here with a little bit earlier than other sign work. And Aries often come here with the understanding of the nuance of the lesson, always patient, never waiting, right? With the observation, because again, you have to understand that often Aries come here to resolve their relationship to time. That when we are waiting upon something, the worst way to wait for something is in a space of stillness. Nothing arrives when we're in a state of stillness. It's the understanding that the way to move towards a manifestation is to be moving, like you expedite the process by moving closer to it, right? So that's what we mean by always patient, never waiting, which is not the space by which we wish on things. And that's why wishing is so negative, because wishing is being like, where is it? Where is it? Right? Like, I want something. Like, you know what I mean? It's like literally when you wish for things, you're like looking for a handout from the universe. You're like, come on. You know, you know what I mean? Like, it's rude. But when we're working towards healthy manifestation, it allows the observation of being able to facilitate and say, like, let's make that together. You know what I mean? Like, let's make it together. Right? It's the difference between sitting at the table and being in the kitchen. You know what I mean? Like, it's the difference between sitting, you know, it's like it allows the context by which you allow the observation of being able to do something energetically effectively. So we see that for a lot of the energy, doing that work, being able to, and I feel like this is what I mean in terms of the energy in separation, the unifying, I mentioned a lot of different nuances that are happening right now for energy in separation, but the unifying theme, which I'm not surprised to see, given the fact that we're going through this Aries full moon, is always patient, never waiting, which is the observation of saying that we don't, and again, this is having to do with healthy cynicism, which is the space by which we hope, right? We hold hope, like we hold hope in terms of being able to see something, but we don't let that hope distort our perception of what is energetically happening, right? That is the space by which we are the facilitators of our hope made real when we activate on that hope in ways that become profound. And so that's why I keep on seeing that for some energy right now, the ability to come into that space of restoration via the arrival of another person articulating upon how much they have changed, how much work they have put into their own manifestation goal, potentially even talking to another about the profound impact that they had on one another. There is something there to keep on feeling is creating like the basis of healthy friendship. There's also potentially a lot of sealed separation that's occurring right now in the context of another not coming towards another person, articulating upon the fact that they've transformed. But I told you, checking, being like, do you still feel that way? Do you still have that pesky manifestation goal? Do you still hold that energetic standard? And the energy feeling energetically reaffirmed in relationality to the direction that they're moving towards, but also like, again, potentially feeling a lot of that volatility that's coming up because they're potentially having a sense of deja vu in like the worst way possible. Now, this brings us to a lot of the energy that's deep, like that the new relationships. This is what I keep on seeing in terms of the fact that they're feeling a lot of hopefulness in relationality to meeting one another and having such a similarity as it relates to manifestation goals. But I keep on hearing, it's like, careful, careful. There's a lot of this energetic care that we see, because instead of rushing forwards, they're pulling themselves backwards, right? They're talking to each other about their history. They're talking to each other about their experiences. They're building, and in the context of doing that, they're building a strong foundation by which they can hope forward. This brings us to the energy, the temperance relationships, clarification between our Nine of Cups in its reversal and our Justice card in its reversal. We've got here the Eight of Swords in its upright. So for a lot of the energy, doing this work effectively, the thing I keep on identifying in relationality to the work of like the hard part I keep on seeing for those temperance relationships is working. I keep on getting this. They're working through a situation. Okay, oh man, let me just walk you through what's happening right now for those temperance relationships. They're working through situations or circumstances where they are experiencing the pain of counterpart. Past pain in the context of it being new to them, right? It is past pain that is being arriving to them in the present, and working through the frustration of having a lot of feelings about something that they cannot touch because it is in the past. They're working through Neptune's lessons. The energy that is coming into the energy deep within divine union right now makes perfect sense because we're on the meridian and Neptune's about to go into Pisces. The energy deep within divine union right now is working through Saturn's lessons. The energy that is coming into divine union right now is working through Neptune's lessons, which is it's very hard when we have a lot of feelings and we arrive to the understanding of something that happened in the past, but we can't do anything about it because it's back there. It's not here, is what I keep on seeing. And so there's a lot of this energy that I keep on seeing is building into a renewed sense of purpose and commitment. And they're saying to one another, I can't believe someone did that to you. Right? Like that is the energetic purpose that they're building into in that way. And I keep on seeing that it's like, I keep on hearing it's that is the solar plexus energy opening of them building into a deeper, more profound sense of connection. Now, this brings us back to and this is what I meant about that was the disparity I've been getting right now in relationality to the vast difference between the energy that is coming into divine union versus the energy that's deep within divine union. Because the energy coming into divine union right now is working through Neptune's lessons, and the energy that is deep within divine union right now is working through Saturn's lessons. So like there's a lot of that. I keep wondering, there's a lot of that energetic observation there. There's a lot of that like, and and they're both like, the connecting point is the fact that they're working through the space of time. Now, continuing to get clarification, final card for today's spread between our temperance energy in its reversal and combination with our 8 of Swords in its upright. Can I get one card to clarify, please? Four of Cups in its upright. 4 of Cups in its upright. Now this is very interesting. We're seeing with the 4 of Cups in its upright, because the 4 of Cups in its upright, we've got a lot of, I gotta stress this too. This is a very, wow. When you have a moment, again, if you're listening to the podcast, make sure that you have a chance to take a look at today's spread, because I got to tell you, it is a very Libra spread. It is very balanced. There is some balance here, and it is very nuanced balance. We've got fives. We've got 2 fives balancing out across each other in the second layer. We've got a 6 and a 4 in the center, which again also creates a lot of balance. And we've also got a lot of this energy that we're effectively seeing towards, and again, especially with all of these 4s that we're effectively identifying and seeing that's happening here. It's talking a lot towards, I keep on hearing, like, I want to describe this. The best way I can describe this right now in relationality to the energy is it's working through delicacy when you're feeling a lot of like emotion about something, is the best way I can describe it, right? Because I keep on seeing that, like, when we feel a lot of emotionality, like I keep on hearing, like, when we feel a lot of emotions, we want to do something. I keep on hearing we want to do something like we want to do something big, right? And I keep on hearing sometimes instead of doing something big, we just need to do something, like we just need to do something small, is what I keep on getting, right? It's the understanding of working, and this is all Libra energy, right? Because Libras, like, the thing with these are like, this is the combination of Aries and Libra lessons coming together with this full moon. Libra energy is working through the scale. And the thing is, when you put too much weight on a scale, everything gets counterbalanced, right? And so it's understanding that when you're trying to energetically find a point of balance, right? It's not just working towards what feels indulgent or good for the self, right? To what doesn't feel like it alleviates the feeling, right? And here's the thing about it. Sometimes feelings get in the way of healthy change, right? So when we're able to kind of work through our emotions, right? When we're able to kind of experience that space of moving through something, then we're able instead to like kind of feel the capacity of like an emotion, but then let it be amplified by an energetic gesture, right? So it's the space by which we understand what is effectively needed. And sometimes I keep on seeing, sometimes that's a lot of pressure, and sometimes it's just a little bit. So I feel like there's a little bit, like, that's the work that we're effectively seeing that may be coming up right now. And that's the thing that's unifying across all of the energetic frequencies that we talked about right now. So I'm going to say this again. If you're feeling a lot of feelings about something, don't let the feelings distort your sense of energetic purpose, right? Because it's the observation and understanding that feelings are fortified by purpose, right? The ability to feel the energetic resolve in terms of how we feel, right? When we just do things that make us feel better, that's not helping our sense of purpose. That's emotionally indulgent. We've been talking a lot about the difference between dispassion and compassion, right? Dispassion is something that feels good in the moment, but doesn't necessarily fix something. And then the articulation of trying to articulate the fact that one did something because of the emotionality that one felt, versus the space of being able to do something in such a way that conveys the importance or significance of something that is energetically happening. So make sure that you're having those moments right now as you're going through this energy. Because I will say it's an intense moon. It can bring a lot of feelings up. We already have a lot of planets in Aries. So then to have the moon also in Aries right now, it can create a lot of that amplification. It can almost feel like a little bit more like that eclipse energy that we just moved away from. But I keep on seeing when we're able to clarify that frustration with a sense of purpose, it allows us to be able to figure out better ways of doing things effectively, or better ways to be able to innovate, or better ways to find a sense of balance. Bottom of the deck on this reading, particularly with the Five of Pentacles in its reversal, it does not help that I'm going to tell you guys again. Chiron and Eris are both in retrograde in very close proximity to each other. So the feeling of something triggering you, and not just triggering you, but the observation of a trigger. Trauma puts triggers in weird places. Trauma puts triggers in weird places. And often the space by which you may be feeling energetically triggered by something because of a trauma from the past that feels very directed towards the self, recognizing that this is the type of energy, and that's why I said don't assume things. Recognize that even in the space by which even in the space by which something could be happening that could feel energetically coincidental, make sure that you're not building too much intention into it, because I keep on hearing sublimity. Sublime moments are moments that allow for the context of something profound that's happening, that feels very much in the alignment of the sense of self, right? The perfect moment or the perfect experience. But often when we feel that same parity in the space by which we feel energetically triggered, we don't have that same sense of sublimity that we bring to those experiences, but we get more twisted up about them. We get more defensive, we get more frustrated. So allow the context of being able to observe and absorb if you're going through an abandonment wound, if you're going through a past trauma. And remember, the beauty of healthy connection is being able to communicate upon what is triggering you. That is how we effectively identify the energy that is supportive to us versus situations or circumstances we're working to heal from. That is our daily collective read for today. I want to thank you guys so much for being here and experiencing it. Just a reminder, if you would like to book a private reading with me, you can book one on my site. Please keep in mind, if you book a private reading with me, it is a 2-step process. You have to book the reading, you have to pay for the reading. Please make sure you do both if you'd like to have that reading. Most importantly, please remember that I will never, ever, 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 ever reach out to you for a personal reading. I will never DM you. I will never PM you. I will never slide into your inbox and tell you that I have a very important message that only I can deliver. The only way you can book a reading with me is if you book one on my site. So I would encourage you to do it there. A couple of updates before we move into personal readings today. First and foremost, thank you to everyone who attended our recent class on the star card. Our next class will be held on Wednesday, September 15th at 6 p.m. PST, 9 p.m. Eastern. We will be continuing our studies into the tarot with a focus on the moon card. If you would like to become a part of that tarot class program, all you need to do is head on over to my Stack and become a paid subscriber. Your paid subscription to my Stack is your ticket of entry into our live classes each and every month. You will also, as a paid monthly subscriber, have access to over 9 hours worth of material in the Tarot Church Library Class Archive. Now, it's not necessary to catch up. I'll be doing my best to give you an update on everything we've studied prior to beginning the next class, but the material is there for you to receive as you're ready to receive it. And you'll have an access to a one-on-one chat with me and the other students to ask any questions you may have in relation to anything we've learned and studied thus far. And if you become a founding member, not only will you receive a discount on the whole year's worth of classes, but you will also receive a complimentary one-on-one mentorship class with me, where I will meet with you personally to assess where you are on your own personal tarot journey and give you the best insights in terms of how to utilize those classes to the best of your advantage moving towards your tarot goals going forward. You will also have full access to the Tarot Church Library Class Archive, which is access to over 19 hours worth of material in an ever-expanding library. One of the things I tried to do in these classes was make them accessible to the absolute novice tarot reader as well as the seasoned reader. There's definitely something there for everyone. Don't let your lack of experience or your robust experience prevent you from joining us in these classes. And even if you don't become a paid subscriber to my stack, I would encourage you to follow me there to stay up to date on any new offerings or services. I also post my weekly newsletter there, which will let you know about my in-person events as well as my online live schedule. You'll also have access to my Mystic Meditation articles. I just released one yesterday, helping you move, helping you to understand this energy and helping you to be able to move through it effectively. I also want to let you guys know that on top of my standard life path readings, I also offer mentorship classes. These are for any of my students seeking a more personalized educational experience with me. I take a very limited number of students for this reason. Those classes can be purchased on an individual level or as a monthly class series, weekly or bi-weekly as your schedule permits. Also, for my students that are seeking more consistent weekly tarot support, I'm very happy to offer weekly tarot insight packages. That is a package of 4 30-minute readings, again, weekly or bi-weekly as your schedule permits, so that you can stay more consistent on your personal journey. I'm also very happy to offer dream interpretation readings, which you can purchase per dream or as a series. If you purchase the dream series, I would encourage you to keep a dream journal, as we will meet weekly or bi-weekly with that journal and utilize the tarot to understand the key themes and messages coming through the dream space. I want to thank you guys so much for being here today and sharing in these messages. And we will do this again